Action.
The crazy thing about, about the money aspect of it, okay, of course, Hollywood is the top. Hollywood's the leader. You know that. Hollywood's number one. Number two in filmmaking production is Bollywood. The Indians are getting it in, man. Slumdog Millionaire, Bollywood. It's a big giant market because their people are supporting their people. They're supporting their movies because they want movies told about them. They don't want Hollywood to do a movie about India. The people in India want to make movies about them and have them represent them, and that's why that industry is absolutely huge now. The more interesting thing is, and I just recently found this out, which I found very interesting. The third largest movie making area in the world is Nigeria, Nollywood, and I'm like, what? Are you serious? Nigeria? And it says, yeah, Nigeria, because they're getting back to the grassroots. They don't want a movie where I don't want to seem that this goes back, but still, they don't want a movie where they're painting, white people to be, Africans and Tarzan. They want their story to be told by them. You know what I mean? And they're supporting their people. They want the word to get out about Nigeria and about their culture in a way that's represented by people who live there and not somebody that lives halfway around the globe. And I think, that shows you if you support, your country, your culture, as far as like the movie making and your stories that are being told, you're going to have an accurate story because nobody in Hollywood can tell a story about Nigeria. I mean, sure, they can go over there and hang out and have some people and people that live there and consultants and stuff like that. But who really knows about that country than the people that live there? Who really knows about India except the people who live there? Who knows about our culture except the people that live there? Black people who live in our world, black people who live in our life, black people who we're dealing with on a daily basis, you know what I mean? We know about us. You know what I mean? So there can be a market for that. It's just a matter of supporting that market and supporting the writers. It's supporting the photographers. It's supporting the filmmakers and everybody that deals with that part of art that is lost right now, and it just hurts me just to see some of the stuff that's out right now, the bottom line still too, and everything basically comes back to money. Yeah, you can support or whatever, as far as like a shout or a pound or a high five or whatever you may do, or much love, but in order for it to get made, it has to be money. You know what I mean? Money is basically the driving force to get these projects done. And I know a lot of people, because I do a lot of stuff on Facebook, and I'll put like old music on Facebook and stuff like that. And we talked about how the music was pure, how the music was about us, how there was artism that was involved in it. You knew Earth, Wind & Fire song that came out because you knew the group, you knew the voices, you knew how it sounded, and it was the creativity, and because we were creating our own music. We need to create our own movies. We need to have black directors, we need to have black producers, we need to have black editors, black DPs, we need, black, gaffs, all the stuff that we need, they need to be black people that are involved in that. And it's not saying, and I know a lot of people like saying you're being racist. No, I'm not being racist with that. I'm just saying that there is a lack of the Black American experience, and I think it's getting watered down. In Hollywood, there's not enough. Mad props to Tyler Perry. He's doing his thing with his movies, and I know he came in a way where he started doing his plays, and he was a hustler too. He started doing his plays, and right outside his plays, he was selling DVDs of other plays. And because Hollywood wouldn't open the door until he started, oh, we got to start taking a look at Tyler Perry. But what he did was he opened his own production company. You know what I mean? He did that. And within his own production company, he started making movies about the black experience. They're good, but there's still more stories that can be told. And I think what I'm seeing from his work now, his stories are getting more and more serious about our experience. But that's just one person telling them. There are a lot of us out there that can tell more. But it all comes down to, and I hate to pound my head with this, but it all basically comes down to support with finances. Nigeria does it. India does it. But that's another story that can be told about our people, about how we don't support each other. So be looking for that one, soon too. Another Glenn Eastman film.